Well, hello there, and welcome to another installment of whatever the hell this is. Today, I've got a bug up my ass about supply lines. Why is that? Because I like to get coffee whenever the hell I want to, and that might well be in jeopardy. What the hell are you talking about, you crazy, weird hippie? Broadcasting from a spare bedroom, which is not a spare bedroom, but your bedroom that you don't have a bed in because of reasons? Well, you know what, people? I read stuff online and it makes me concerned, okay? Gosh! What do you want? What do you want? Plus, I work in a logistics-related field, meaning I'm a delivery boy for UPS, and I can kind of see where shit goes south pretty quickly. For instance, the other day, due to a hurricane, there was a late plane, so my ass was out there on the road for quite some time more than I should be as a part-timer that works two part-time jobs, so that UPS can keep money up its asshole. Basically what I do is I come in the morning and load, and then I deliver air packages. Air packages are those priority packages, right? That you just gotta have, that you pay $140 for, some of which include ethnic hair products, which you have to have an adult signature for reasons undefined. Maybe the chemical compounds contained therein can be used as some kind of explosive. Who knows? But, yeah, so the storm happened, and air is all the important stuff, like medicine. And so basically they try to get all the medicine, all the stuff that looked important, out that day. So us air drivers, we've been there since 3 in the morning loading and then going out the drive. So I was there from like 3 in the morning to like 5 p.m. trying to deliver all these. Still couldn't. Why? Because of a storm. Because of a supply chain disruption due to a natural disaster, and apparently any number of things in this increasingly complex and interconnected world with a billion moving parts that can all go wrong at any second. Towards that end, I have pulled up a Bloomberg article that I took some notes on. In particular, I'm going to be focusing on this one paragraph. And here we go. These are not in order, so I will have to look at that article again, which is probably now not even able to be looked at unless I sign up for a subscription. So you know what? We're just going to go ahead and use these nifty little note cards here. Fortunately, I think I have this in a Word document. I do. Well, hello there, everybody. Each stage of production of everything from shoes to airplanes gravitated to where it could be done most advantageously, engaging vast, low-cost workforces in developing nations. Let's translate that from corporate drone into English, shall we? Basically, taking advantage is the takeaway for me right here. Each stage of production of everything from shoes to airplanes gravitated to where it could be done most advantageously. And what does advantageous mean in this phrase? Next, engaging vast, low-cost workforces in developing nations. So basically using lots of poor people and exploiting their situation for cheap labor. Isn't that just heartwarming? I know. I just feel warm and fuzzy now. Efficiency or profit-driven optimization. Atomization. That's my own note that I just fucked up there. But let's read the actual next part of this paragraph. The quest for economies of scale encouraged specialization, while supply chains snake through multiple countries in pursuit of the most efficient configuration. So the cheapest way to make shit the most quickly is what was important to corporations. Nothing inherently evil or wrong about that, just kind of amoral. And what it led to is a bunch of little corners of the globe that got good at making a specific part. And they all became dependent on each other. And that's going to become a problem. We'll see why. And I call this efficiency or profit-driven atomization. Atomization meaning like these are no longer like a friggin' molecule, like a coherent, cohesive thing, wherein you would have that in a country, like traditionally in the United States, we manufactured and made things here, and that was pretty good, right? We had our natural resources, and we could make stuff here. You can call me isolationist if you want, but we decided to atomize that to make things more efficient. In some sense, it was inevitable because of where stuff has to come from, especially in terms of electronics and things, but the degree to which it happened, not necessarily, in my opinion, necessary, unless you want to make a hell of a lot of money, which is why I call it profit-driven atomization. So, an example of this in the next part of the paragraph is a chip for an Apple iPhone, for example, might come from a Taiwanese foundry which depends on Dutch-made lithography systems, which relies on a German factory for optical equipment. So, there we go. You're trying to make a single product, and you've got all the stuff coming from all these different places. Sure, the Netherlands and Germany are close enough to each other, but Taiwan is nowhere close to Germany or, Holland. So, you become dependent on people like me, people that work in logistics. And we rely on really shitty cars that break down all the time. A lot of things can go screwy in that system. So what happens if the deliveries don't come is the next question that I ask. So companies in advanced nations, particularly the U.S., squeezed out costs by spending much of their manufacturing offshore and by timing deliveries precisely as inventory wouldn't idle in warehouses. So what happens if the deliveries don't come? Well, apparently this. Longer, leaner, more specialized global supply chains create new risks, exposing the flow of goods to political instability, trade disputes, and natural disasters, as in 2011 when Fukushima earthquake triggered an airflow sensor shortage that shut down auto plants in Europe and the U.S. So what happens if the deliveries don't come is you just don't get shit made. And if shit doesn't get made that's very essential, like parts for a truck that will deliver your food, you're going to be shit out of luck, which is why I encourage everybody to have at least 2 weeks of food on hand. It makes sense. Now, by the way, Facebook is now considering canning to be a fringe activity, right? You're just a crazy person if you want to have a little bit of extra food on hand in case stuff goes south. That's a freaking wacky world we live in. So here we go. That was a brief little video for y'all. I hope you enjoyed. That's all that I have the energy for today. And I have a website called fragmentjournal.com where you'll find stories, ideas, and more. Go there and browse. I know it's not the most organized thing, but I've got a lot of stuff there that over the past few years I've made. And some of it might be interesting to you. Just check it out. Okay, man, do me a solid. Cheers.